talk about this year, champs, obviously Boston. You had some things to say about Boston. What do you think?
They were the better team, hands down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did they play championship basketball? No. They had an advantage. You're talking about they were bigger than Dallas. Dallas then played the defense that could have stopped them, and they spent 90% of the time just chucking threes.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible threes, too. Like Tatum's my dude, and he was frustrating the shit out of me. Pick him. You got, was it Kimber on you?
Who?
Kimber, was it?
Max Kleber?
Max Kleber. Max Kleber.
Yeah.
You taking sidestep jumpers against him? Oh my God, that's what? That is a 1 full flat if I seen one. Like you got one dude, you get him to take a side. Like if you're gonna take the side jumper, do it on a smaller guy. Don't get the big dude on you to shoot the same three. He can challenge this shot. It was just little things that in the basketball world it just didn't make sense. Right? I'm not gonna shoot jumpers against y'all. Y'all can challenge it. I'm gonna take you guys off the dribble. The smaller guy, Mario Chalmers, okay, I do some side steps again. I'm not gonna do a pick and roll to take a jumper on you. Yeah. And that's all I said. I'm like, yo, just drive it. But they got nobody's back. There's Luka back there. Take him off the dribble and just jump. They're not gonna do nothing. So it seemed like they made the game very, very hard.
Do they have a chance to run it back next year?
Not shooting 50-some threes, going 19 for 50. Nah, you're not going to do that. You can't do that against Embiid. You're not going to be able to do that against Jokic. You're not going to be able to do that against healthy Bucks. Because Giannis is trying to get to the basket. So you sitting there just chucking threes all day.
Outlet passes.
Yeah, he's coming.
What I will say is this, and what I've grown to know about Joe Mazzulla, and this is me giving Boston credit. He is a analytical monster when it comes down to the analytics. I mean, how tedious he is. I had the chance to have a conversation with him in the finals about the defensive side of things and how they decided to guard Luka and how they decided to guard Kyrie. And he went into the analytics of where they shoot from different positions on the floor and how every single time they made sure they pushed the guys to those spots that made them the most uncomfortable. Now offensively, I don't know this for sure because we didn't have offensive conversations. But I got to believe he's just as tedious and he's just as analytical when it comes to the offensive side of things. I don't agree with the way they play offensively because that's just not my style of play. But I think analytically, I think there's something there for them, and that's why they play the way they play. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a method to Joe's madness. That's what I will say.
I could have saved him a lot of film. Nights, right? When I'll watch the YouTube, because there's like, what do you?
I agree with you, though, because we've been able to combat that. And I'm not going to talk about how, but we've been able to combat that. But I will say I think there is a method to his madness.
Yeah, probably. But I could have saved him some straight hours. Just go to YouTube.
Probably.
I'm going to YouTube. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a 4-0. This is about to be 4-0.
Oh, yeah, we knew Dallas
going to be
ready.
A 4-1.
Yeah, we knew Dallas wasn't ready.
There's no way that they can play Luka and just Kyrie offensively the whole time.
Yeah.
Right? You got Derrick Jones and you got P.J. Washington in the corner waiting to get the ball shooting threes. Yeah, that ain't gonna win this series.